guys, it's Nancy from Reset Equine here. So today I am going to talk to you about something that has really inspired me to bring it up today by a number of things. In fact, many things I've seen on my social media news feeds this morning, circulating with a lot of delight and a lot of pride. And it's something which deeply moves me and really, really concerns me for all parties involved, basically. And it's not only a concern for the horse involved, but it's a real concern for the actual rider involved and the trainer involved in the situation. And the topic that I'm going to discuss very quickly is the topic of training horses to the point of exhaustion, to resolve problems, to achieve a tick on their accolade of achievement, to achieve a tick on their progressive fitness training, and to potentially, as I said before, resolve an issue. Not only is the concept of training a horse to the point of exhaustion and past that point of exhaustion fraught with absolute danger for both horse and rider and trainer, but it is also completely fraught with folly because it actually results in the often opposite outcome that we're wanting to going forward from the day. And the reasons why I'm going to list really, really clearly for you. I have seen numerous cases of this today on my news feed. Everyone is getting very excited to get back into training, and they're wanting to quickly resolve problems that may have come up over the last few months of the ceases in access to our horses and incapacity to train them due to the pandemic. So everyone's in a little bit of an exhilarating rush to get back to normal. And it's encountering a few problems, and there are some issues that are coming up. So what happens when you are actually actively working with a horse that is in a state of fatigue? And you can either push it to this point or you can continue to train it past this point. There's two things that happen basically, and they're all based around one core reason. The number one thing that is occurring in your horse's body is musculoskeletal fatigue. And it will be a combination of psychological stress that is going on, so it will be affecting the brain tissue of the horse, but most importantly, it will be affecting the body of the horse. Now, this is from metabolic fatigue. The horse is actually undertaking a physical activity. It's gotten tired, it's fatigued within the tissue, it can't continue to do the outcome. If it has actually been stressed in the environment of doing that, this will actually increase the rate of fatigue that is occurring. The musculoskeletal tissues will become acidotic due to the inability to use oxidative metabolism profiles to utilize the oxygen within its system to actually neutralize that acid. That acidic state of the tissue will have a direct effect on the neurological capacity of the horse to be aware of where it is in space, its proprioceptive feedback, where it's putting its feet, how it's moving across those feet, and how it lands and how it responds, and how it basically keeps itself upright and continues to move. So you can see this could become an issue if we're actually looking at trying to improve a horse's way of traveling and we've actually gotten them to that state of fatigue. So as a second result of that we reach this state of effectively acidosis within the tissues. What's actually occurring there is the oxygen capacity turnover within the brain is actually limited. I'm about to get really wet here. I don't really care. This is a very important video. So the actual oxygen carrying capacity of the tissue is limited. So the oxygen is dominantly prioritized towards the musculoskeletal tissues of the horse and not the brain. For a start, the horse doesn't have a particularly well utilized blood-driven capacity of the brain like we do. Their brain isn't evolved in the way that ours is, so it needs every single little bit of blood that it can get. If you have a horse that's fatigued, it can't utilize that. The blood is going to where it needs to for the horse to simply continue to survive, continue to move, continue to stay on its feet. Remember, they're flight animals. Number one thing to do is to keep going, to stay surviving, to keep running away from what's scary. So, what have we got? We've got a fatigued horse. It doesn't have the blood to the brain that it should have to learn and continue to actually acquire the skills which we may be placing upon it to learn in that pressured situation. 2, it's experiencing musculoskeletal acidosis, so the tissue is compromised. What this is doing, it's having an effect on the actual neurological capacity of the horse to be aware of where it is in space. Fatigue is dangerous. Lastly, the thing that we're thinking about, the brain tissue, the horse's capacity to learn. When your horse is stressed and when your horse is actually fatigued, it can no longer learn. It effectively goes into a state of survival from this stress, psychologically. So what it's doing, even though you may be continuing to achieve what you actually were aiming for, that got you to that state of fatigue, what is actually occurring is the horse is reacting to what it's doing and not connecting and learning. If you keep that pressure on that horse and you increase and continue that work as that horse is fatigued, it will increase its level of stress and it will increase its incapacity to learn, and it will continue to become more and more confused.